Hello everybody and welcome back to Art Journal Sunday Prompts. Today's prompt is about, well, it's kind of not just in one word, but it's about just trying to rise above all of the stuff, like I basically am calling it raising up our beauty. Before I get blabbering, I just want to show you, excuse me, just wanted to say that I just sewed this whole page because a little bit of my last Sunday's prompt seeped through a little bit. You can probably see a little bit of the pink in there, but it will not be seen. So I just sewed the back of it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you what I'm using. I've got a whole bunch of pretty liquid acrylics. I mean, there must be, I wish I could show them all to you, but I'll pick up the prettiest colors. There's some pretty ones, every color in the rainbow, because I want to see some beauty today. I need to see some beauty today. And I've also got a whole collection of foam stamps. One thing I love about art journaling, you use stuff that you totally had stashed away. So I had these in a container, and I thought, you know what? Time to pull them out and use them, and I will most likely use StazOn ink or something along those lines, that or Ranger Archival ink, anything that's kind of waterproof, okay? So now on to why I picked this theme. My daughter this past week has been dealing with some issues of race and her kids and mixed race, to the point that she went to bed the other night crying. And I think what she was crying for is for her children and what they're going to have to deal with and what they're going to have to face, and just not nasty things, but just basically the ignorance of people. And that, coupled with all the things you hear in the news and the Trayvon Martin thing, and I just find, I don't know, just not just race issues, just so many sad stories, That story of the guy who went to court for kidnapping those women in, I think it was Philadelphia, I'm not sure, but where he kept all those women for so many years. Yes, they got freed, but I mean, their lives, basically half of their life was taken from them. And just sometimes I get very empathetic, of course for my daughter, but sometimes for people I don't even know, and my heart gets very, very heavy. And I try so hard to be positive and to rise above it and see the beauty and everything, but sometimes it is so difficult. So then I just thought to myself, you know what, we have to make an effort to let our beauty rise. Like, just let it rise above all of that. I was telling Deanne, I firmly believe, how they say some people were here before, or that's an old soul. I truly believe in that. Even though I'm born Catholic, baptized Catholic, I know Catholics do not believe in reincarnation or anything like that. But I don't know. When you've seen enough people and talked to enough children that are wiser than some of the oldest adults, you kind of wonder, has this little guy's soul been here before, I'm sure you guys all know exactly what I'm talking about. So I was telling my daughter, I said, you know what? There's not much you can do about the first-timers around here. They're learning. They don't get it, and they're learning, and they don't even get how inappropriate they are because they just haven't been here enough, haven't had enough journeys back to the planet, So, and that she gets because she understands that as well. That's how she believes. And I'm like, you know what? They're just first-timers. You can't do anything about that. So we just have to raise our beauty up. And if anyone ever questions you or your kids or anything like that about where are you from, of course with the implication because you sure can't be from here. I don't know how many times I've heard that question. And if you watch my blog, I mentioned that Richard's family is, my kids, descendants on Richard's side, are fourth-generation Canadians. So they couldn't be more Canadian if they tried, you know? And so to say where you're from implies, you know, well, you sure cannot be from here. And the person asking the question probably isn't from Canada. It's just, very frustrating. And when you keep getting these things thrown at you continually, like she had someone say to her, "Is that little black boy in the pool yours?" And she goes, "What do you say to that?" But yes, that's my son, but I wouldn't say it like that, you know, coming from a real redneck Albertan person. Like, you know, like it's just difficult. So I had said in my blog, I would have answered, "You mean that beautiful golden prince of a child?" Yeah, he's mine. And, you know, I bought her a gift yesterday because she was just so down about this. You know, it was just really bothering her. I mean, I'm not giving it all in detail, but so I just said to her, "You know what? You come from a place of beauty. You are beautiful. And first-timers here, they will get that. Maybe their next journey. They haven't learned that yet. So we have to raise up our beauty. And I don't just mean about racism and all that kind of stuff. Just about anything ugly. Ugly people. You know, you may have them in the workforce. You might even have some in your family that are just mean and ugly and ignorant. That is where the word ignorant comes. The way they treat you or the way they treat others is just plain ignorant. But you have to rise above that. You are not on their level. Do not give them any of your power. Just pray for them and keep raising up your beauty and raising up our beauty. I was going to say, you know, raise up my beauty, but no, it's our beauty, because I believe we're all part of the same group. There's a woman here on YouTube. I think my camera battery died, but I'm back. And the paint's still wet, so we didn't miss much. But there is a woman here on YouTube. Yoli introduced me to her via YouTube. And she just basically says, "Are you in my tribe? Basically, are you in my circle? Are you someone that I want to connect with? Are you someone that, you know, sees me for who I am and I see you for who you are?" And, you know, because if you're not in my tribe, then be gone with you pretty much. And that's how you have to treat those people. They're not in your group. They're not in your circle. Bye-bye. You know, they can't affect you. Don't give them your power. They're not from your, you know, it's like they don't speak your language. So, see ya. You know, we don't need them. We don't need to try and figure them out. Don't need to try and figure out what they're saying or their language or what they meant. No. We know who's in our group, in our circle, in our tribe. We know who that is. The rest of the people, too bad for them. So, I'm doing a page on raising up our beauty. So, you noticed I used my liquid acrylic green for the bottom part and then the sky, but my sky is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to try and play with some gelato. So I'm going to dry this with my heat gun, and then we'll play with some white gelato and see if we can make that blue a little lighter. So I want to show you what I'm doing with the gelato. These are so fun. They're like creamy crayons. They're so cool. So you can just sort of blend it around here. I'm trying to make it a little softer. I mean, literally, you can scribble. And then take your finger and blend it in. See? While I was working on this, I've been listening to a song called Beautiful. I love it. It is like one of my mantra songs. I will put it in the down bar. I would say who it is by, but I think the powers that be on YouTube seem to, if you mention the name of the artist and the song, whoops, they will, you know, it has something to do with copyright. But just go, I'll put it in the down bar, and listen to the words of it. It's so beautiful. Seriously, it's called Beautiful, and it is beautiful. So there, I've kind of softened that up a bit. It's still not as light as I want it to be. I might take some turquoise paint over here and kind of brighten up my sky a little bit. This one's called Tropical Blue. Mind you, it almost looks the same color, doesn't it? Well, we'll find a lighter blue. So I'm so happy I made the decision to paint that on plain white paper and not on this, because I would not have gotten this beautiful vibrant yellow. And so I also painted a little scrap piece so I could get some sun. That one didn't work, but some sun rays, and I used the Pennant Punch to do that. So I'm going to glue that down with some gel medium or glue, whatever you have handy. So I've just started stamping with paint, but it's okay. I will define it with my Faber-Castell marker now. So sometimes they look a little bit like blobs, but you know, we will add definition later. So you can see, so I'm just going to stamp a whole bunch of vibrant flowers. I love how my sunshine looks. That makes me happy, happy, happy. So I'm loving how that looks. So I'm just going to stamp a whole bunch of stamps. I'm using regular acrylic paint for this, because the liquid acrylic is a little bit too sheer, and I don't want sheer. I want vibrant flowers. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. So there's my peach coming together, and I just want to show you guys when I'm creating what kind of a mess I do. Look at that. The water over there, the green water, that was my drinking water, but that water over there got dirty, so I want to use that water over there. This little container that has the foam stamps was my palette for my paint, and I just washed it off. And my paints are all so handy. They're all in this bureau where I keep my stamps. So I can just run over there and grab a color, and it just works out really, really, really well. So you can see all the colors I've got in there, and I'm going to dry them, and then I am going to draw some stems and stuff like that and just make it look like a little pretty flower garden. I am just freehanding these stems and leaves. I'm just making a leaf. So you know, the more I think about it, we have so much beauty to offer, and there truly are more good people in the world than there are bad. Sometimes it's hard to believe that. I know for Deanne, she was just sort of distressed, you know. But you know what? Like I say, if they don't belong in your circle, sometimes you're never going to convince them. And not everyone's going to be in your circle. That's why you treasure the people in your circle, and we raise our beauty up. And you guys have no idea how much I treasure you. I say to the people that are not in my circle, just get. You know, like an old hillbilly would say, just get. Be gone with ya. You know, you don't need to hang around. You go find your tribe, because I'm not it. So you can see how I traced around everything with my Faber-Castell Pitt pen, letter M. I love this pen so much. I can't even tell you, because even if the paint's not quite dry, it still traces. So then I went to my closet and got my bling basket out. Because I mean, you can't have beauty without some bling, you know what I mean? So I'm going to start blinging up the centers of these flowers. Look at how pretty it's coming along. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Look at all the bling bling. And I don't care that it's not flat. It might make the book bumpy. Don't care, don't care. So pretty. Next, I'm going to use some rub-on letters, and I just want to put a statement up here. So here's my finished page. It says, I want to live inside the glow. Those are words from India Arie. And I did my journaling all around the sun. See? And these are the rub-on letters that I used. They're old making memories, and they're called Simply Stated. And they're great because you can just, you know, leave to whatever letter you want. And there's multiples of them. I've had them forever. And I also have other ones like this. They are very similar. There's multiples, and they're great for rub-ons. Haven't used them for a long, long time. And then at the bottom I put Let our beauty rise. So if somebody says something really negative to you or about you, or perceives this kind of negative ignorance, or they go, well, geez, I don't know if I'm going to be stepping on your toes by asking you this. That right away is a precursor to, they're going to say something weird. Don't give them any of your power. Don't give them any of your tears or your heartache. They don't get it. They're not in your circle. And they're never going to get it. Raise up our beauty. Let our beauty rise. And as June Cash used to say, I'm just trying to matter. And that's all I'm trying to do too. Just in this world, I'm trying to matter, trying to make a difference one at a time. And if people don't understand you or understand that that's what you're doing, you're just trying to be good and live a good life, they're not in your circle. They're not ready. They're not there yet. So that's my page, and please listen to this song, Beautiful, that's in the down bar, and that phrase, I want to live inside the glow, will make sense. So thanks a lot for watching. This is really vibrant and really pretty, and it's got all kinds of bling. You probably noticed that the outline around the flowers is much darker because I used a thicker Sharpie, this one. This king size one around the flowers. I walked away from it, came back, and they just looked a little washed out. So I wrote Let Our Beauty Rise down there, and I wrote the journaling around the sun with the Pitt pen and the rub-ons on the sunshine. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing an Art Journal Sunday prompt next Sunday. I certainly hope that I'll be able to. I'll be in California. Maybe I could do it with Yoli Bean. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, I'll try my best, and if not, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Bye.